Plates ready? This is Food School, Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. Want to feel amazing, love the way you look in the mirror, and perform your absolute best in the gym, at work, and in life? You're definitely in the right place. Food. It's you. It builds every single cell of you. And if there is one thing every human being must master, it's food. Because at the very least, eating, you do it every day, several times a day, every single day. You might as well get good at it. I'm your host, Shurina from createyourself.today, your personal nutritionist and plate watcher, your diet guide and explorer, your fat loss coach and food inspector. And just someone with a lot of passion and obsession and curiosity for healthy food, healthy diets, nutrition, optimized human performance, everything and absolutely anything you put in your grocery shopping cart, your fridge, on your plate, and in your mouth. It's my business. Food School, on a mission to help you eat better daily.
It's the last time I talk about food. It's the last time I talk about food.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. And we are continuing our lessons about micronutrients. We are continuing to learn our micros, our vitamins and minerals and other compounds that help our body to function the way it is designed to function. We somehow take our bodies for granted very often. We think that they will function no matter what we eat, no matter what we do, no matter what we throw at our bodies, like they are supposed to function. But like any other machine, even though we are biological machines, we need certain conditions to function, and one of those conditions is eating our vitamins and minerals and certain fatty acids, amino acids, and other acids and different phytochemicals. And we really don't know everything. And we don't even know how far we are from knowing everything about what our body needs. But what we know for sure is we do need to eat good quality food in order to perform well, feel well, have a lot of energy, not have diseases. We do need to have really great nutritional plan. And that's why it's so important to know about these micros, these vitamins, and minerals, and most importantly, to know how to eat them from our daily food supply. The beauty of our food system is we can get almost any food we want. But for some twisted reason, as a society, we developed this system that gives us no guidance and allows a person basically to eat whatever, and our food system promotes whatever with no regards to our actual nutritional requirements. And at the end of the day, most of the people end up being really screwed when it comes to their health, because again, our food system is not yet designed to support our actual nutritional needs as human beings. That being said, guys, let's just dig right into it. So today we are learning about a new vitamin. We talked about vitamin A, that is super important for our vision, for our immune system, for to moist our skin, for so many other functions. We talked about our main vitamin for carbohydrates, to burn carbohydrates for energy, and that is of course required for many other reactions in our body. We talked about thiamine or vitamin B1. We talked about B2 riboflavin that is in charge of burning our fats for energy and is highly needed, especially when we are trying to lose some fat before holidays for this body or at any time in our life. So we need that vitamin to burn fat, especially when we exercise, especially if we are losing fat, especially if we are on a high fat diet. So we need riboflavin or B2. And today we are talking about a third energy vitamin. I call it energy vitamin because basically that is like our main vitamin to create energy for every single reaction in our body, because every single reaction requires, for example, firing certain neurons in our brain and in our nervous system. And every time our bodies do that, firing neurons, firing messages between our cells, our body needs this vitamin. Also, this vitamin A is, besides being really crucial for our nervous system that is in charge of everything, like if we don't have the things that make possible work of our nervous system, like we don't have a life, literally. We're gonna suffer on absolutely all levels. We're gonna be fatigued, we're gonna be cranky, we're not gonna be able to do anything right. But besides that, this vitamin needs to repair our DNA, and whatever our whenever we're exposed to any stress in our environment, to light that actually damages our DNA, when we have some inflammation, when we replicate ourselves for any other reason, we need to create beautiful, well-functioning DNA, and niacin or vitamin B3 that we are talking about today needed for all of that. It also helps us to stay younger, longer, helping our cells to build certain telomeres, as they call them, certain parts of our DNA that are needed to prolong the life of our cells. We need niacin for our gut health. And yeah, we need niacin for energy. We need twice of it, twice as much of it as we need, for example, of riboflavin. And that just shows you how important it is for our body. And again, if we don't have niacin, the basic thing that happens that we're just not gonna have energy, and our cells will not be able to communicate properly between each other, and that just creates a very unique situation, poorly unique, that will again compromise all the functions of our cells and of our bodies. The good news is niacin is not that difficult to eat. You can actually get a lot of it from dark roasted coffee. Decaf coffee, by the way, guys, cuts in half the amount of niacin you will get from coffee. So the darker the roast, the better it is. You see those signs on coffee beans, like how dark it is roasted, and so the darker it is, the better it is for niacin. So niacin is not that difficult to get, especially if you are not on some restrictive diet. The problems with a lot of diets and diet theories is, especially if they restrict a lot of things, is that with a lot of things go out of the window a lot of nutrients, and especially women, like I used to be that way. I used to be on that crazy diet of yogurt and salads and nothing else, and guess what, yogurts or salads do not have most of those vitamins, vitamin A, thiamine, riboflavin, and vitamin niacin or vitamin B3. And so when we women go on these crazy diets, it's really compromise our energy producing system, and that's why we feel so shitty. Not because not because we consume that little calories, even though that of course will create energy deficit and you're not going to be feeling your best, but also because we stop consuming all these vitamins that our body needs to produce energy, and that's why we feel so shitty on all of these diets, and all of our systems are compromised, not just energy, but our hormones, our skin, our nails, our hair, everything, absolutely everything starts to suffer. So niacin. Why else we might need niacin? Breaking something down, you need niacin. Building something up, you need niacin. Detoxing, it requires energy, you need niacin. Recycling other nutrients, it requires energy, we need niacin. Defending your body against oxidative stress, it requires energy, it requires niacin. This I read from a newsletter from Chris Masterjohn, who you can find at Chris Masterjohn on Twitter, for example. He has his podcast, one of the guys of nutrition science these days, of practical nutrition science. So look him up, sign up for his newsletter. It's amazing. Chris Masterjohn. But let's get into details of eating our niacin B3. Now you understand that you really need to be having enough of it for energy. And let's start talking food. So foods, where will you get your niacin? So the most effective and efficient sources are all animal sources. And guys, I'm not trying to say that vegetarian or vegan diet is not possible, or that animal foods are superior to plant foods. What I'm saying is a lot of nutrients are more concentrated and easily absorbed and digested in animal foods, and some nutrients are easily digested, absorbed, and you can get them easily from plant foods. And so these energy producing vitamins that we talked about already, vitamin like vitamin B1, B2, B3, most of them you can find more readily available in animal foods. And like with a lot of nutrients, probably because we humans are also animals, right? And so when we eat other animals' parts that are similar to ours, it just happens that way that the nutrients that we need in those animal parts will be more concentrated and more easily available to us, because we probably are more like animals, not like plants. So anyhow, let's talk about niacin and eating your niacin. So niacin, tuna, I used to say that tuna is kind of like a chicken breast of the sea, but not really. It is rich in some micronutrients and some vitamins. So vitamin B3, niacin is one of those. You get from three. Today we are talking about average serving size for all of the foods, and average serving size is 100 grams, 3-4 ounces of food. So each of the food that I mentioned, I'm talking about that portion, 100 grams or 3-4 ounces. So niacin, vitamin B3 that you super need for energy. 132% of your niacin you're gonna get from 3-4 ounces of tuna. And here I'm talking about yellowfin tuna, freshly cooked yellowfin tuna. 132% of your niacin you're gonna get from that. But even if your tuna is regular, any sorts of tuna, and it's canned, even in a tuna like that, you're gonna get 74% of your niacin. And get a couple of cups of black dark roasted coffee, and like big cups, and you're probably gonna be fine with your niacin. Niacin, by the way, guys, when it comes to supplements, if you consume big doses in supplements, if you overdose with niacin, besides the flushing effect that a lot of people get from consuming niacin supplement, it's actually toxic. And mice in lab died from toxicity of niacin. So I'm not sure if any humans die because we do not perform such experiments on humans, often and probably for a good reason. But yeah, niacin in supplements can be toxic. So if you are taking niacin in any form, like in a multivitamin, for example, just make sure that it's not really huge dose. And if your body, if you are the person who gets the flushing, that, might be a good idea to find some multivitamin without niacin, and there are those on the market because people who make supplements are aware of the issue of possible toxicity of niacin. So yellowfin tuna or regular tuna, pretty great sources of niacin. Plus, it's a great source of protein, and it's also low fat and low calorie compared to other protein sources. So tuna, great source of niacin. The second place gets beef liver, but any source of liver is quite high in B3 or niacin. So from 3-4 ounces of that, you get 95% of your niacin. You're also gonna get your riboflavin or B2 fat burning vitamin. You're also gonna get your vitamin A and so many other nutrients that we talked about or will talk about. So beef liver, great for niacin. Then turkey, light turkey meat, so not the fat of the turkey but actual meat of the turkey, will give you 77% of your niacin in an average portion. So turkey is pretty good for niacin too, for your energy. Then we get salmon. Cooked salmon will give you 62% of your niacin. That's why, I also love fatty fish, because it gives you so many nutrients in one tight package. So cooked salmon, niacin, 62%. Sardines, 46%. So 3-4 ounces of sardines will not give you all of the niacin you need, but it will give you quite a lot. So 46% of your niacin. And then beef steak, lean cut of beef can give you 40% of your niacin in an average portion. And guess what, guys? Even portobello mushrooms can give you 33% of your niacin with just a fraction of calorie. I believe it's like 22 calories or somewhere in that range. Let me see. Yeah, 22 calories of and 100 grams of portobello mushrooms, but only, that specific portobello mushroom will give you 33% of your niacin. I'm a fan of mushrooms, for so many reasons. They are great to feed our gut bacteria. They have niacin, they have low calorie count, they have low carb count, low fat count. They also have potassium that we will talk about, that it's very important for health, and that is not easily found in many foods, especially because I'm on a high fat diet, so potassium is not easily found in low carbohydrate foods, but mushrooms have it. And coffee, actually, let's do a little search, coffee niacin content, and see what we see. What we can find in Google. So the niacin content of a weekly roasted commercial coffee is about 10 milligrams per 100 grams. And it reaches 40 milligrams in heavy roasted coffees for 100 grams. So coffee, 1 cup, niacin content. So 1 teaspoon or 1 gram of coffee will contain, if we go for regular and instant coffee, 0.28 milligrams of niacin, that is 1%. So yeah, I wouldn't count on coffee for a lot of our niacin, probably. And it says that coffee brewed from beans, freshly brewed, 1 cup of coffee, somewhere around 8 ounces, will give you somewhere around 11% of your niacin at the very best. So yeah, guys, quite a lot of coffee you need for your niacin. So it's best to eat it in either your tuna, your beef liver, your turkey, your salmon, your sardines. Maybe a little bit of supplementation won't hurt. And I just want to repeat again, guys, that for everything and anything, you require energy. Like for literally everything: breathing, eating, being awake, sleeping, thinking, anything, you require energy. And you require your cells to communicate between each other. You require your neurons, your nervous system to work properly. And for all that, you need niacin. And so if you're gonna be on some crazy diet that doesn't have any niacin in it, then after a while you really start to suffer, and all of your systems will suffer, and your immune system and your hormonal system and everything will suffer. So you need your vitamin B3, you need your niacin. So again, eat your tuna, eat your beef liver, turkey, even salmon, sardines, and even beef and portobello mushrooms would have quite a good amount of niacin. So load up on niacin. And to kind of sum it up, guys, to sum up what you need to eat to eat all of your vitamins that we talked about till this point, carbohydrate burning vitamin, or your vitamin B1, fat burning vitamin, or your vitamin B2, and now energy producing vitamin B3, and also vitamin A, that is hugely important for our eyes, for our immune system, for our skin, and for so many other things. To wrap it all up, in order to get all of those vitamins, eat somewhere around half to an ounce good liver every single day, or a lot of liver once a week, and you're gonna get your vitamin A, you're gonna get your riboflavin, you're gonna get your niacin, so almost all of the vitamins. But to get your carb burning vitamin, either add nutritional yeast, a couple of spoons that are super high in thiamine or vitamin B1 or carbohydrate burning vitamin, or you can also get flax seeds. 1 ounce of flax seeds will give you 50% of your thiamine, roughly. Also, some beans will have thiamine, potatoes will have thiamine, as we talked before. Pork have thiamine or carbohydrate burning vitamin. So 3-4 ounces of pork, a couple of ounces of flax, or maybe 2 potatoes will give you your thiamine. And eat your liver, and you'll get all the vitamins, all the energy creating vitamins that you need to burn your carbs for energy, to burn your fats for energy, to get any source of energy. So eat a liver like an ounce a day, or a lot of liver once a week. Eat some flax seeds, eat some potato, and other sources that we talked about. Listen to this episode to hear all the sources for niacin, for vitamin B3, for your energy producing vitamin. So that's it for today, guys. Stay tuned for all the other episode of Food School podcast till the end of the year. So getting into 2020, into new decade of our lives, you know everything you need to know to build a really amazing nutrition meal plan to support all of your needs as best as possible, and you'll be ahead of most of the people. And when you start practicing it regularly, guys, you'll be blown away how much better you feel without being on any sorts of diet, biohacking protocols, smart drugs, or whatever have you. So stay tuned, and if you want to get ahead, and if you want to create a personalized for your needs, for your goals, menu plan, and you want to be coached through that so it's easy for you to do, and it's easy for you to get from where you are to your goal fast and effective and efficient. If you want all of that, then schedule our call. Email me the email you can find in the show notes, and let's get to it. People who want results in life, who want great life experience, make decisions fast and act fast. And all these statistics of successful people show that. So you need to make decision, you need to work on all of the things that you need to work on to get to a better place in life, in health, and in fitness, and in energy and everything. So schedule a session for personalized, most effective lifestyle planning coaching. But besides that, of course, guys, stay tuned and learn everything you need to know to build your own great menu nutrition plan to support all of your needs and great performance in 2020 and beyond. And that being said, as usual, thank you for your time, for your attention, and eat better daily.